everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. Here's Gnarlo. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlo. Good boy. Before we get started, I've noticed this quest available has popped up. Apparently, we have these quests now. I think they're called location quest. They're also a new thing that has come in just recently since the last time I played. They pop up automatically whenever you enter a region and you're available to take it. And this right here is Destination North Down. So why don't we go ahead and click on it. See what we got here. The town of Trestle is in a terrible state. They are besieged by orcs at their northern and southern borders and are sending out general calls to any they feel may be able to assist them. So we travel to Trestle in the North Downs. We'll go ahead and accept that. Alright, talk to Maria Shelton at Trestle. So we've got a couple of traveling quests here. One, we need to run over and talk to Mitchum. One, we need to travel to this objective now. Wow. So has it got like quick travel things? Looks like it does. It looks like maybe you have quick travel buttons that you can click on and travel to destinations. Why don't we do that right quick just as an experiment? As you know, right over here, Mitchum's camp is right there. So you follow the road down to where the greenway turns and heads back to Trestle, just up the hill, and right there is where his camp is, overlooking the fields of Fornos. So we're going to click on that and see what happens. See if that takes us. Do you want to travel to the objective now for 1 silver? Traveler's Writ. Ah. And then, of course, you can go to the store to get more Traveler's Writs. Okay, so that's how that works. Okay, so that's interesting. It kind of an addition or superseding of the stable system here. Well, we're going to take our pony and ride on over there, see what Mitchum has to say, and we will join you back up whenever we get there. Just past the ruined wall, we have entered the fields of Fornos and arrived at Mitchum's camp. And while we stand here for a second to allow the NPCs to load in, Mitchum and Colbert the Mad. It's a foggy day out on the fields this morning. Alright, Mitchum and the gang finally loaded in. I've just been sitting here by the fire warming my feet and enjoying a little bit of roast whatever it is they have there on the spit. Let's talk to Mitchum and see what we can do for the gentleman. Assisting Mitchum.
Oh, grey is the shadow upon my heart.
You have come from Amerion, then. It is good to know that he has not yet given in to despair. He has always had a tendency to think too much, and thinking too much on the state of things in Fornos or Anundir is a dangerous road. I am well, but there are always dangers, especially this close to Fornos. The evil that threatens us all has a firm grip on the lost city. Okay. Very good. A little bit of an experience boost there. I'm going to take a quick look at our thinking ahead, the Dream Voice. That's still level 26, still a little bit ahead of us. But what we will do, we will travel here, we were going to go down to Trestle first, talk to Marla. We'll get that quest out of the way. Shouldn't be too difficult. As you see, we are right here, and it's just a quick little hop down here to Trestle and then we'll take the other one, which is a long journey. We have to go to the Meluinen. So we got to go north, then past where Amdir and all are. Not Amdir. What's his name? Oh, whoever the heck that ranger is. Past that, go on up here past William Peake's farm, cross the bridge, travel across Anundir, into Kingsfell, and all the way down. So we'll have a nice little journey ahead of us. So first, wasn't his other
Would
quest.
you stay a moment and learn of my troubles?
That's what I thought. His other quest was to go to the Oathbreaker Captain, and it's a fellowship quest. What we're going to do is hop on our horse and head down south along the Greenway back to Trestle Bridge. So we will meet you back whenever we get to Trestle Bridge, and whenever Marla and the NPCs load back in then, and we can actually talk to them once more. We've reached the northern end of the Trestle Bridge, and I want to come look at this strange chicken nest right quick. Been meaning to take a look at it every single time I come by. Looks like a strange place for a chicken nest, and you must have the quest free range. So we have not gotten that one yet. I'm not sure if that's one that you can pick up here in the North Downs or in Trestle Bridge, or if that's actually a quest that's, as I've said before, one of the Cluck quests down there at the chicken farm in the Shire. That might be a place you have to travel there. I'm not sure of it, and I'm kind of doubting it, but there's always that possibility. Let's see if we can find Marla Shelton. So once again, we're outrunning the NPCs and the textures. There we go. There's Marla. We've helped her before with the Founder's Book.
Greetings, friend.
Okay, it looks like these are just quests to send you to an area so that you can talk to the people, because as you've seen before, coming from the other side, we've spoke to Marla before. It's strange that it would send you here. Hello, are you there to help? So many have gone missing or have wandered out to seek help, and fewer still have returned. Every night it seems that the orcs grow more aggressive and threaten us more. Trestlebridge could use a hero. Well, don't know about using a hero, but they've got a burglar in their midst anyway. And it does not look like we got any experience for that, so I would definitely think that was just something to send us here and inform us that the quest hub was here. Okay, now this one, Londrendir's message. He wants us to go to the elf outpost in Meluinen. That one would definitely give us experience. And being a traveling quest, it should give us experience far in excess of what it actually should. What did they have it rated at? Level 25, level 26, level 26. And with a little care, you could probably do it as a beginner. Like all these travel quests, the big thing is just to avoid the mobs that tend to come up to either close to the road or sometimes cross the roads. So we are going to travel on up here. I said we're going to take the right at Mitchum's camp. We're going to ride past the stables and all. We're going to travel up to where the Goblin camp and William Peake's farm is. And then at that point, I will rejoin you. There's no point in rehashing the journey to that area. We have reached the crossroads there. That right there. If we turn left, it's the part that goes up to Amon Wraith. Down takes us back over to Mitchum's camp in the Greenway, and of course we want to head eastward. We're going to be passing Minas Vrun here on our left, which has a couple of quests associated with that I'm sure that we can pick up probably over there at Amon Wraith. I'm sure the ranger and the people there will be quite happy to give us quests to go up in there and thin out the goblin population. Down to the south, just right down in that area, was where the goblin camp was. And we are going to make a little quick turn to the north, head up here to, I believe, William Peake's farm, where the mysterious monolith, the first of the mysterious little runestone monolith things, was found. Everyone's standing around it. Yeah, the mysterious relic that gives us dread as we get close to it. Which makes me wonder about these folks, that they don't seem to be affected by it. And +4 dread. That's a pretty heavy bunch of dread there you can get. But we're going to turn east and southward. Continuing following the road this way. Over in that area, the collect heavy bear hides is going to be past those trees to the north of this area. And we will be coming back to do that here shortly. But first, let's travel on down to the elf camp. We're going to be seeing parts of Middle-earth that we have not actually seen before. Crossing Anandir here, and then we will cross the bridge into the Kingsfell. They call this right here a ruined city, although it's actually more of a little ruined, I guess, encampment or a ruined fort. I believe it's one of the fortifications that you can get credit for finding. So we will travel a little ways over there into it and see if the name pops up. I don't remember the name of it. Sure, it's Menace something. Let's see if a name pops up to let us know where we are. There we go. Ost Legoros. Oh, and this is the Eastern Ruins. I knew it was a ruin that you got credit for, but apparently it's a different deed than the ruins that you get credit for out that direction. Alright, continue along eastward down the road. We're going to be passing a lot of abandoned and not so abandoned farms. This is a pretty important road, or was at one time an important area. There is a ranger fortress at the end of this road. If you continue it, following it on to the east into those mountains there, there's a stronghold of the rangers, Estelden, right through that pass. And at one time, that is where, before Moria and all, that was the major crafting hub of the game. Back before Moria and Lothlorien and all that came along. That's where you would find your superior workbench was there. I think they may have had a superior oven. But the superior workbench for jewelers and tailors and that sort of thing, if you wanted to craft the higher level items, you had to go to the stronghold there. After Moria came in, right off the 22nd hall is a crafting area that has all of the items there, so that you no longer have to head here. But you still find a pretty good collection of people there most of the time working on their crafts, and also the Jeweler Makers Guild. The chief building of the Jeweler Makers Guild is found there as well. So it gives a reason for the jeweler makers to come back. That's one thing we haven't talked about here. You got to watch out for these yellow and orange spiders and wargs and such about. One of the things we haven't talked about is once you get to the higher levels of your crafting, you can join a guild. And the guild will give you items that you create that will give you crafting levels. For one thing, gives you the crafting experience that allows you to increase your crafting level. But the other thing is it gives you reputation with your guild. For instance, this case, for me, it would be like reputation with the... What am I? Cook? I don't remember. As a tailor. I could get reputation with the tailor faction. And once you get a high enough faction, just like any of the other factions, you can buy exclusive items from them, exclusive recipes that only people with that high faction can buy and create. So it gives you a reason to continue working on your crafting skills. Alright, we are reaching the end of the road here. I will pull up the map right quick. As you see, we've traveled all the way down to Kingsfell. Right over here is where Stelden, the so-called hidden ranger area, is, and we've gotten right down here to Meluinen. And we are going to be looking for Lachen or Aglidir, right after I grab these really easy to get yew branches. Speaking of crafting, Alright. Now, let's go see if we can find one of these two elves that we need to speak to. And we'll grab the stable. This was an elf outpost, if I remember the stories right, and they'll probably
Hail,
tell us as we
friend,
come
and
along.
well met.
It was an elf outpost that was attacked. There's a tribe of trolls out here in the swamp, and it was attacked and devastated like this by the trolls, I do believe. Okay, there's Agladir. He's one of the ones that we could talk to. Let's see if we can find Lacken. I do not see him anywhere, and I don't think we're going to be able to go in that door. Ah, we can. Just thinking we might need to have... Ooh, Gildor Inglorion. Very important elf, that is. Alright, I don't see Lacken anywhere, so let's talk to Agladir. See what he has to say. Give him the message.
What do you need?
Londrendir sent you to speak with Lacken. You have come too late then. Lacken is dead. He was killed when stone trolls attacked Lin Giliath sometime before my company arrived.
Stay a moment.
Gildor Inglorion brought our company north to spread word of a great evil stirring in the south, but we found here only death. The keeper of this glade was friend to many of us, a fair elf named Lacken. He was slain by stone trolls before we arrived, and the refuge beset by ruin. I do not know what called the trolls out of the Tar Gonwaith, but we must rebuild this place as best we can, for it is what Lacken would have us do were he here to ask it. Revenge? It must wait. The trolls scattered the possessions that were stored here throughout Meluinen. Gather allies and look for shattered barrels between here and Tar Gonwaith to the south. I need you to bring their contents to me. Now it says gather allies, however, it's a solo quest and only level 26. It's only a level above us. And we're not that wimpy when it comes to our abilities to sneak around and do things. So I'm thinking we may next head out here and see if we can find those scattered barrels. There's 7 of them about. See if we can't find them and regather the belongings here for the poor elf outpost that has been kind of stomped into the mud of the swamp here. So that is where we will pick up next time. Hope you've enjoyed our little travelogue here, and we will see you later today, most likely, when I post the next one. So we will see you then. Thanks for watching, and have yourself a good one.